Hi guys, Parapsychologist Jean-Pierre Giagnoli here again, and I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a background on me, who I am, the stuff I do. I'll start more with the paranormal since that's what this whole thing is about. I had my first experience, at least that I remember, when I was 5 years old. I stayed at my grandmother's house one night and I slept in the room where my grandfather had passed away. He had a stroke and they were taking care of him at my grandma's house. I was only 3 months when he passed, so I don't really remember a lot about him. I woke up in the late hours of the night and my grandfather was sitting in front of me in a wheelchair. I was sitting up in the bed and he was shaking my hand and trying to talk to me, but all I heard was mumbling. At that point I started crying. I freaked out. I didn't know what was going on. When whatever it was, which looked like my grandfather, realized that, he actually took off in the wheelchair towards the dining room from the bedroom. I jumped out of the bed and actually followed him and watched him disappear through the dining room wall. After that, still crying, I ran to my grandmother's room and I told her what I experienced. She said it was just a bad dream or my imagination, but I knew what I saw. My mom corroborated the story, and for another 5 years, I kind of stayed quiet about it because I figured if my family wasn't going to believe me, who else was going to believe me? Finally, I think it was about 5 years later, actually, that they sat me down, my mom and my grandmother, and started telling me that they had had their own paranormal experiences. And my cultural background is from Italy, and my grandmother talked about things she had seen when she was in Italy and growing up there, and my mom talked about stuff that happened here, particularly while she was pregnant with me and my brother. So she said she had a lot of paranormal occurrences during that time. It sparked my curiosity from that point. It really did. I wondered why it seems like certain people experience this and others don't. Is it simply being open-minded? Are we born different? Is there something different about us, our energy, our spirit, our physical bodies that enables us to see things more than other people do? That's really what fueled my energy. When I finally got to high school, very interested. There were some shows, not any reality shows, but just shows about haunted places. I had lots of books by that time. I was reading and researching it, and I met my best friend, who is my co-founder, Adam Catabona, currently serving in the United States Air Force in Oklahoma. And we started forming this group. We just started contacting places, going on investigations with people that we knew had access to haunted locations, buying some equipment, reading, researching, studying, and really taking it to the next level. We even had some of our high school teachers help us out in writing these letters and trying to get into these places. And it just started to develop more from there. Once we got to college, we met more people who were interested, educated people with certain backgrounds that worked really well with the type of investigating we were doing at the time. And eventually we created what we have now, which is SCPD, the Southern California Paranormal Detectives. And that's kind of our backstory. Ultimately, it goes back to that question that I had with my mom and my grandmother when they told me about all this stuff is, how come certain people seem to experience this and others don't? I think that's my biggest question in the paranormal field. I know there are many actually, but that's one that has fueled my energy in this whole field. And that's kind of a background in the paranormal. I actually do much more besides that. I also have my bachelor's in radio, TV, film, as well as my PhD in parapsychology. I've done a lot of study in psychology, so I think that's helped me tremendously in this field. I'm able to help people and analyze people very well as far as these cases go and the type of investigating we do. It's helped me a little in the audio area because I do music as well. It's helped me in the video area, the editing and, visual techniques and audio techniques I've learned as well. Bring out any evidence we might have, or seeing if evidence is real or not. A lot of my skills have been brought in there. I'm into acting. I'm currently represented by Maverick Artists Agency, and sometimes I get auditions and stuff, do that. It's a big passion of mine to be creative in the entertainment aspect as well. I do music, I rap and produce. And in fact, I'm going to spit a little bit for you just so you get an idea of the type of stuff that I do. So this is from a song called Going Beyond. You can check me out on SoundCloud as MC Pierre. Alright, so mess with the best and up like the rest. Next, I'm the key to success. That's a credit at the end of the test. Relief under stress, seasoned and blessed, leaves you impressed. Something that you need to invest. Put all your effort behind. Never sits on the side. Always on the front line with the target in sight. Takes things to new heights, or where to survive. Someone you should back in a fight. Put it all on this guy. Coming out with more than you win with inside. That's my motto in my life. I ain't just getting by. F a piece. I'ma take the whole pie and keep on going till the old world's mine. If you think that I'm lying, then you're deaf or you're blind. I'm the best of my kind. I respect and oblige, or get wrecked and just die. So don't even try. Going beyond like a creature from Signs. So that's a track called Going Beyond that I did. You can check that out probably online somewhere. I got lots of stuff, videos on YouTube, MC Pierre, same thing on SoundCloud. Got music up there. Do a lot of stuff. So I'll do another one where I spit a little fast. It's called Soldiers from the Streets. We the soldiers from the streets, creating worlds over beats, but it's not just tongue-in-cheek, it's also physical. We the twisted individuals, Navy SEAL, invisible, unkillable, literally invincible, ripping up every syllable. Situation is critical, turning everything literal, showing you that we're visceral. Killing machines, surviving by any means, something only in dreams, are crossing over your screens. Never in reality, negative personality, people just want to challenge me, but they can never batter me. A soldier with a strategy, this is not an analogy, but pure originality. A warrior's mentality, a rebel with the cause, even body wrapped in gauze, just for messing with the gods. Always winning against the odds, no matter who's holding the card, so put up all your guards for the untouchable squad, or get left in the dark to be eaten by the dogs. That's another track I did. So I just want to give you a little taste, show you that I rap and do some other stuff too. I also do stand-up comedy. I'll tell you a couple of jokes that I have I think will be pertinent because it's like the paranormal stuff. So I'll at least tell one because I don't want this to go too long. You guys know I do the paranormal. I've been doing research for over 10 years, and there's some major questions out there that haven't been answered that I think I'll be able to now with all the research I've done. One of the biggest ones out there is, why do extraterrestrials anal probe us? Valid question. Why? And I finally figured it out. After years of research, I've discovered that they actually think we're so stupid that we have our heads up our asses. But they've discovered there's nothing up there either, so... yeah, that's just a little something. A little taste of my comedy. Want to do a little joke for you guys. But that's my background. I do a lot of stuff outside of the paranormal. So if you want entertainment, let me say it this way. If you want entertainment, I can give it to you in many other forms. What I'm trying to do with the paranormal, though, is very serious. Now, you may catch us outside of the actual investigations. We do joking around, having a good time, maybe on the way to or afterwards. But during these investigations, we're going to be very serious, and we're going to show you guys what we do. And that's something that's very important to me. It's it's near and dear to my heart to try and figure out what's going on here, because it's been going on for so many years, and the media gives a wrong perception of what's going on. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. That's a little of my background. You can check me out, MC Pierre, on YouTube and SoundCloud. I have some of my stand-up comedy stuff on YouTube as well, Jean-Pierre Giagnoli. I'll have the names at the bottom of the screen. Check out the website, www.paranormaldetectives.org, and Paranormal SCPD, at Paranormal SCPD on Twitter.